Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have this amazing session on AI and Phygitalisation talking about, and we have got these three amazing thought leaders of the industry with us. So there's Apeksha, there's Tushar sir, and obviously Pranav.
Hi.
Do you want to quickly run through what you do, guys? How AI has helped you guys do something in life? Not personal, of course.
Okay.
In your work, we can go to the personal time soon. Thank you.
You want me to start?
Yeah, Apeksha,
Okay.
please.
Fabulous. So I'm Apeksha. I lead John Jacobs Eyewear. It's an eyewear business in the premium space. For us, the entire AI and AR piece has been part of our online consumer journey for several years now. The way we specifically have been using it is that we have a digital interface, which is basically your likeness in a video format, and you can trial any of the frames on your virtual avatar on our websites, right? 2 years ago, we also introduced that in the store. So we have iPads which work as virtual mirrors, where you can trial any of the products from our catalog on that virtual mirror. So for us, the aspects of it that are useful is that one is, because you're in an omni-channel environment such as ours, online, we could have over 1,000 product options. In stores, we have the restriction of space. So tools such as this allow the customers to be able to experience the entire product catalog without us having to stock it. That's sort of been key. We also did an interesting marketing activity, which is that we commissioned 10 virtual reality models and shot an entire campaign set in the metaverse based on that. And this was, of course, something that we were experimenting as a marketing tool, but we also saw like massive trade benefits of that. So that campaign went viral. The PR aspects of it, of course, paid off for the campaign already. And we also had massive boost in sales. So we've had a lot of fun with the AI, AR aspect. And we're in exploration. And we keep looking at it both from consumer journey point of view and marketing. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Apeksha. Tushar sir, for you, sir.
So I can definitely tell you my daughter is using AI to do her homework. She has been using it for a long time. For us, we are still on the journey of implementing AI completely. We are experimenting with it because AI also depends on what data it is being fed and if the data being fed is correct or not. I think it's too early for us to believe AI completely. Right? So we are still using the human factor, but using the AI to look at some data and then converting that and using that to make decisions. That's what we are doing. I think it's too early a stage for AI to be used completely to take decisions, especially big decisions on seasons, on customers, on product. We still use a lot of human because still the AI is not able to understand the emotions or even some fashion elements to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Pranav, please.
So I come from the restaurant space, which is actually very, very ripe for disruption in AI, right? It's because we're the most underutilized data ever. So the amount of people that walk into a store, the kind of data which you can collect from that is not collected. So I think in the restaurant sector right now, there is so much opportunity which is coming up for AI. For us, it's not really phygital because there is a separate physical, there's a separate digital. And both of them, as you know, I mean, they're controlled by different players. In the digital space, we really don't have access to data. The data are collected from a lot of the aggregators who use the data and use AI in their algorithms to sort of better their business. But it doesn't come to our use. For us, we've got this whole plethora of data, which is to be collected from our merchants, from our past history, our customer preferences, segmentation of customers. And that's where the use cases will now start building. And I think AI is going to really disrupt the restaurant industry in the next 7 to 10 years possibly, but the key is we just start collecting data. And I think that's where IoT is going to come and play, computer vision is going to play. A lot of these things are going to come in to collect data, build some sort of algorithm without any biases, and making sure the quality of data is good, and then we can actually start using it to our benefit.
Let me touch the aspect of social media now, so how it has influenced the customer behavior. What do you guys think you guys do specifically for them to actually not only drive sales, but also create that customer aura of personalization maybe, of some kind of experiential behavior at your store? You want to elaborate on that? I want to start with Pranav actually for the restaurant.
So social media is a tool which we've really used to our advantage because it's a really, obviously the metas of the world have worked to build segmentation and use AI to segment our customers for us, right? So I'll just give you a use case. Like we have a restaurant in Churchgate where we get a lot of expat tourists coming in, right? And the reason they started coming is because they want to come to India and enjoy, they want to go to a restaurant and enjoy local Indian food. Sure. And we realized that we're not being able to reach out to them. So using various tools on Meta, we're able to do lookalikes with our existing customer data and find people from the Middle East or GCC who are coming to India, who are looking for a restaurant option, right? Correct. And automatically everyone's dependent on Instagram, right? They see photos. We've got really good content right now. So you open your phone, what you see is what you sort of want to eat. And you'll open up, and the first thing a guy from Middle East comes to a Churchgate area and he's looking for a restaurant, he'll see me a restaurant over there. So that's where it's really helped us to target the right customers in the large verse that we are in today.
I want to continue with you actually, talking about social media. Since we are brands which is actually customer facade, and and food is all about empathy. It's not about AI all the time. It's not about social media all the time. What you serve, what you eat, what you actually handle makes a lot of difference. Do you still think that we are going away from that empathy model and still thinking about AI, social media? Aren't we too much into it, especially in food? And this actually for Tushar sir, you also, it's similar for you. Since we are customer facade brand, we talk about all these experiential things, but it's all about your coffee, your food, what you do at the store. It's very important. I think, Pranav, you want to highlight in that?
I mean, just to start, so empathy and emotion capturing is something which AI can help in, right? Well, it's a large group over here, and I don't know what the gentleman on the left or the gentleman on the right is thinking, right?
Yeah.
When you've got computer vision, you've got cameras to capture that emotion, that sentiment. At least you've got that data to tell you that, okay, of 20 tables over here, 5 tables have enjoyed your meal, 3 people have not enjoyed this particular dish, they didn't like the way they were served. A lot of these data points can be picked up using AI and then used to better the empathy or the emotion factor, right? It's always going to be about the taste of the food, the quality of the service, and the location, the 3-4 things which work for a restaurant industry. But it's about getting that right input when you've done it wrong to make sure that you've corrected yourself, and I think that's where it'll really help.
So it helps, you're saying. Okay,
So we use a lot of social media, but you have to be very careful how you're using, who are you targeting, because we operate in India about 11 brands. Each brand has its own DNA, has a different customer base, has a different age group. Each brand, some brands will be in some cities, some are there not in some cities. How are you going to promote that brand? In the same shopping mall, we'll have 10 stores, and we could have 10 different customers who are buying the different product. So we have to be very smart in identifying which media to use for which customer, what age group. If you falter on that, then social media is no use to you.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful on targeting and deciding which social media, which influencer, if you're using influencers, how to market and how your brand needs to be seen to the customer. Customer's perception of the brand is super important. Social media can create or break that.
Correct.
So you have to be very careful on social media. It is not easy. And for us, we have created a separate digital team, which a digital person for each vertical or each brand, because we don't want any influence coming from each of the brand, because the DNAs are so different and the customers are very different. We do from men's footwear, fashion, F&B. So we have to be very careful how we are targeting them. That's one thing I can tell you. On the what was the other question you had?
I asked you that food is a lot about empathy, I said. How do you differentiate or intercept that into your social media so it becomes easily relatable to what you do?
On empathy?
Yeah.
With the
Because you talk about food, because people like to eat food, they know everything about food.
I have no idea on that. Right? I don't want to say something which I have no idea on. But on, you said about the experience in the store,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So let me quickly, we have 10 more minutes, so let me quickly take 1 more minute. We have a retail store in Dubai, which is Phygital, called sixstreet.com. It's a 10,000 square feet store in Dubai Hills Mall, which is reverse. When I say reverse means 2,000 is the front area, 8,000 is the back room in the shopping mall. That is the first phygital store in the GCC. We're opening a second one in Saudi Arabia. If you go in that store, there are no products on the floor. There's only display. There's no products. There are only few display. but you have an iPad on the couches that you can sit on the lounge chair, and you can order something. The person will either bring the footwear. If you need to try the product, you go in the trial room. They'll tell you, go to trial room number 4, and your product will be inside there already. And if you have to change your product, then you just, in your trial room, there's a screen. You click on it. I want this size. The trial room, the wardrobe will close, and it will say, now you can open it, or it will automatically open after 5 minutes, and your other products will be there. So you don't even need to go out. So that's the first phygital store, which is the reverse, where 8,000 is back, only 2,000 is up front. It's not the other way around. And that is all, it is a little bit of AI. It is our online business. We keep a large assortment of products there, but the experience is very, very, very different. And we're adding, every month, we're adding new and new technology to it. So it's the first phygital store. If you're there, please go and visit it.
Brilliant. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Apeksha, I want to come back to you. I understand we spoke a lot about food, empathy, etc. But glass is also about emotions. Yeah. How do you deal with that, taking the access to social media and how you want to promote your stuff?
So, okay, social media, from our point of view, does a bunch of things, right? Of course, it's glasses, but our approach to glasses is not as a medical equipment. Sure. It's really a fashion point of view. So the biggest influence of social media really is the pre-purchase decision-making that the consumer is doing. Right. And of course, both Pranav and Sir have touched upon the point that the targeting is already enabled because you have so many customer cohorts across multiple social media platforms. So for us, finding a cohort that matches the DNA of the brand becomes very easy. So we first influence the pre-purchase journey. It's a mix of our own content, user-generated content, and influencers. And then we drive that journey to our digital and physical platforms. So the primary ways, of course, we have UTM links, etc., that backlink to our website. Yep. But we do online influenced offline journeys as well. So 65% of consumers who shop in our stores actually first explore us online. And we use like the phone number, and we use a consumer profile to track that entire journey. Through that, I already know they saw X product on an influencer. They went on my website, did they wishlist it, did they add it to cart, and then dropped out, and then later finished that journey in the store. So social media fabulous from that point of view. Often interesting content around either an artist, a celebrity, an influencer also helps us move product that just does not have simple shelf appeal, right? If I saw it on a shelf versus I saw it on an influential face, changes the game completely. So we also track like pre and post, that if I put a product on social media, how did it perform in terms of trade? And often the numbers are sometimes like 5x or 6x of what it did before. So we big believer of social media, big believer of content, using in communities and influencers and co-creating these pieces of our brand. So that's there. And then, of course, in stores, we use a lot of smart tech as well. There is heat maps that track where products are. Our visual merchandising is, again, linked back to what we see on social media. So for the customer, it's one brand, one experience, one journey throughout end-to-end, from discovery till purchase.
So Karan Johar helps.
Absolutely. Karan Johar changed a lot in terms of, we track a metric called buying frequency. So customers used to buy one pair every, 2 years, once upon a time. Today, at least in John Jacobs, it's significantly more frequency annually, so and very high repeat rate. And
you did that with me also. I kept on buying, so I don't know why. Perfect. Not bad. Okay, coming to retail entertainment, or retail entertainment, what we say that's this thing. What do you guys think that you will want to do or have been doing? Any examples you want to quote, what you want to do at the stores, at the online level? Something, what I'm talking about is retail entertainment. For example, in food, I can understand that you can get food bloggers. Easier for me to talk about because since from the industry. What do you do to get these things happening? There's only mirror and the glasses at the store, and there are a lot of people at the store.
Yeah. Okay, so lots of things. Retail entertainment. Okay, so there are lots of things that we've done in the past. We've done, people mannequins to launch at stores. We've done shopping events at stores. We've co-curated with other brands. Some of those aspects of retail entertainment are there. But also things like smart mirrors, like I was talking about earlier, more tactile visual merchandising. All of those aspects become part of the retail experience as well. We also do lots of launches and pop-ups in our mall stores. So that's also something that we've had great success with in the past. So keeping the consumer coming back for more becomes critical. Also now with digital screens, there's
Yes.
an opportunity to change the ambience of the store without significant investments on physical assets. So that's something that we've been utilizing.
You don't want to get Karan Johar into your store?
If we can fund we have 2,000 store touch points across the country, so I don't know how many Karan Johar replicas can we get in 2,000
Piyush can
stores.
help you.
Piyush can help us. We can use our televisions. We are very big on the screen aspect of our stores.
Brilliant. Tushar, sir, at your store?
So what do you want to know on retail entertainment?
Yes, at the store, for example, you may be doing a coffee session, tasting of coffee, for example. That is one of the entertainment you want to go. What engagement level do you do in terms of your store, which is called retail entertainment, for example?
I can't hear you clearly. That's why I'm asking, what do you mean?
So I mean to say that at the store, you may have coffee session, for example, tasting of coffee, etc. This is part of the retail entertainment. What extra do you give to your consumer apart from serving coffee and food?
Okay. So
To what engagement level are you talking about?
we give them the best product, best price. But okay, let me give you an example of a brand that we do. We do a brand called Cold Stone Creamery in Dubai. It's an ice
Sure.
cream brand. We don't
Sure.
do it in India. When we started the brand, I was handling that brand, right? And what we saw in the US, what they do, that brand, when you tip them in the US at that time, and I'm talking 2007, 2008, they would sing a song for you. Thank you very much for tipping, or whatever. So we said, we're taking the brand to Dubai. Dubai is all about entertainment. It is hot, you need ice cream. So okay, we will give you ice cream. So we decided, we are not going to charge you for ice cream. We are going to charge you for the entertainment. Ice cream to free hai. Ice cream is free. You pay for the entertainment. We started one very important thing. We started singing a song, dancing, throwing the ice cream across, letting the kids play with the ice cream, like throw it across. If you catch it, it's free for you. So it became a show. So even if you go on YouTube today and Google Cold Stone Dubai Hill Mall or Atlantis City Store, you will see a lot of singing, dancing happening. Because we don't have a system of tipping in the Gulf, right? And it's allowed, but we don't have a system of tipping. US, everybody tips, even the taxi driver or everything. We said, ice cream is free. This is entertainment for you. You're paying for that extra service or that extra smile or entertainment that we are giving you. So that's one way we figured out, and that's how we could differentiate also between the other coffee or other ice cream chains that we do. Right? That's one kind of entertainment we do. Also, you will see a lot of coffee chains have this habit of either calling out your name or saying, make this for him. That's all entertainment.
Correct.
They don't need to shout. Yeah. They have a system behind saying, this is the name of the customer, write it, right? It's very simple. This is all playing with the entertainment, making you feel important. Thank you.
Sir, I have this question which I always wanted to ask. What happens to that ice cream which falls down?
It's free. We give it to you free. And it has actually fallen down from a 3rd floor in a mall in Qatar.
Wow.
Right? We started getting complaints. And there was one mall, I don't know if it's still in Qatar, where the ceiling was there, right?
Wow.
They would throw the ice cream, they were like on top, you'll see. And we wouldn't give that to the customer. But they would throw the ice cream to touch the ceiling. The mall came and complained to us.
Wow.
We said, we won't pay you the revenue share or rent. You want us to do business? This is a business model. Paint it. They would paint it every year.
Okay.
But they would love it, right? You are standing there. A kid is standing, the mother or the father is recording. Even the adults, even the Arabs, would be standing with the cup, and the guy would throw the ice cream from here till there. And you're supposed to catch it. It's free.
Wow.
Right? And then they would say, I want second one, third one. Then they won, right? Then 5 kids want the ice cream.
Wow.
One falls, okay, we are selling 4 more. You have to understand the concept of entertainment. Understand what are you giving the customer. Also, which brand.
Sure.
We also do in India, right? When you say entertainment. Certain stores of Aldo, we are experimenting giving them coffee in the store.
Okay.
Okay? And the reason for that, and we have
You
less
give Tim
time.
Hortons.
Okay,
I know.
so if you go to a jewelry store, especially the men, with your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. You go to a jewelry store and sit down. The first thing they will come and ask you, sir, would you like coffee or tea? They will always give you a coffee or tea in a bone china cup. They will never give you in a takeaway cup. Now we are stuck. Where will you go? And the wife will go and shop, and you are getting the coffee, 5 rupees coffee, but makes you sit there for 1 hour. I went to a jewelry store. He said, sir, bhel leke aao? Are you getting me bhel, samosa? I have not bought anything. He is asking me, not my wife. Because he wants me to be busy and my wife to look without me telling her, hurry up. That is a part of the entertainment or part of the thing where you want to attract the customer. So in Aldo, we are saying, can I give a customer an espresso? We are still not giving them cappuccino because of milk. We are figuring that out, right? Can I give you black coffee, Americano? Some of the stores have that. We are figuring that mechanics out. Can I give it in all my stores? Can I make you hang longer in the store? That's the idea.
Absolutely. That's the idea, to keep people in the store and keep them shopping. Brilliant. Thank you very
Keep them
much.
longer in the store.
Pranav, you want to elaborate on something on the retail entertainment part?
I mean, the restaurant business is about entertainment. It's not typically a musical entertainment or something of that sort, right? But in a category like coffee, which he mentioned, it's a commoditized sort of category in the F&B space, right? And when you talk about entertainment or you talk of revolution, what's happening over there is, I don't know, a lot of you guys must have seen on Instagram now, there's these robotic coffee baristas right now. And that's the way, there are restaurants in Japan and China where there's RPA, which has built robos, which look like human beings, which go and take an order from you, suggest dishes to you. And that there's a restaurant in Pune, in fact, which has trains which has built a whole train sort of set where your food comes to you on a train. So it's this sort of differentiation in small ways, which is actually coming in now in a commoditized sort of market. But it's very, very expensive, right, unfortunately. For someone to invest in a robotic barista, I put a request, it's I think $500,000. Yeah. And it's not very, I mean, real estate's anyway so expensive to invest $500,000 just for a barista when labor cost is relatively cheap today in India. So it makes a lot more sense for people to continue that. But yeah, I mean, there's a pizzeria in Germany which has a robo making a pizza, and it's from scratch, right? They make the dough, they knead the dough, they put the cheese, they do everything. That's the entertainment that's coming in, but very, very costly right now. So hopefully it's going to come down cheaper someday and it's going to replace, but till now it is expensive.
Brilliant. Thank you, a lady and two wonderful gentlemen. I think it's showing me time's up in the red. So we spoke about AI, we spoke about retailment, and I think we spoke about experience. I also feel that retail entertainment will stay, AI will stay, and it will only help us grow the business further. So thank you, gentlemen, and Apeksha for your time. I think it was a wonderful experience. Anybody wants to have any questions to ask, please, I can give you one question to be asked. Anybody? Nobody. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
For your time. Thank you very much.